July of this year, Epstein was arrested on charges of sex trafficking and abusing dozens of underage girls. One of Epstein's accusers, Virginia Roberts, has made allegations against you.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution. Not underage prostitution, simply prostitution.
Are you saying now that the subjects of that, which we're calling victims, were not underage when you engaged in sex with them?
Form argumentative speculation and assumes facts not in evidence, as well as mischaracterizes the witness's testimony.
I pled guilty to solicitation of prostitution.
I have the impression that you pled guilty to a second-degree felony, that being procuring a minor for the purposes of prostitution.
That's correct.
Okay, so a minor is somebody under the age of 18, and I'm asking for the guilty plea related to that count. Are you at all remorseful for your interactions with that minor?
Same objections.
What minor?
So the charge is procuring a minor. You tell me, who was that minor?
I don't know.
You're working for Jeffrey Epstein. Right. Can you list all the girls that you found for Jeffrey Epstein that were under the age of 18 to come work for him in any capacity?
Check the form of foundation.
So I didn't find girls. I didn't. You choose the word.
Well, no, you don't choose the word. If you have a question, ask it.
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time, and that was, actually, yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at. And I simply, it was almost impossible for me to sweat.
I mean, it was horrible, and this guy was sweating all over me. Like, his sweat was like, it was raining basically everywhere, and I was just like, whoa, just grossed out from it. But I knew I had to keep him happy because that's what Jeffrey and Ghislaine would expect from me.
Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do. A very unusual thing for me to do. I've only been to Woking a couple of times, and I remember it weirdly distinctly.
I implore the people in the UK to stand up beside me and help me fight this fight, to not accept this as being okay.
Is she the only individual that you met for purposes of hiring someone for Jeffrey that was under the age of 18?
Check the form of foundation. Mischaracterized their testimony.
So I didn't hire people. I met people. I didn't use the word hire. Yes, you did. I said met.
A close confidant of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and a former French modeling agent facing charges of his own. Tonight, Jean-Luc Brunel is dead, found in his Paris prison cell hanged with his bed sheets, according to the Paris prosecutor's office. Authorities believe the 75-year-old died by suicide. It comes less than 3 years after Epstein was found dead in a Manhattan prison under similar circumstances. His death has been ruled a suicide.
Did Jeffrey Epstein hang himself, or did somebody kill him?
Senator, I believe he hung himself in a cell in the Metropolitan Detention Center.
And we have some breaking news, some stunning news out of London. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, the former Prince Andrew, has been arrested, presumably in connection with his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
The former Prince Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, has this morning been arrested on the Sandringham estate where he was living after having been removed, of course, from the home he was living in Windsor.
An absolute bombshell. I mean, to put this into context, there has been no member of the royal family arrested in my lifetime. I'm 60 years old. You have to go back centuries to the last time that a member of the British royal family was arrested. If he is convicted of misconduct in public office, then the vast majority of people that receive that kind of conviction end up with a prison sentence, and the maximum sentence is life imprisonment. And this is the king's brother who remained eighth in line to the throne.
That's the question I wanted to get to. Are we going to get to the old Watergate question with King Charles? What did he know and when did he know it?
Without doubt, George, that is exactly what
To actually arrest would suggest there is significant evidence. It also allows the police to search any properties that are owned, controlled, or under the control, so there would be the opportunity, once the arrest has been made, to search multiple locations.
Did Miss Maxwell ever introduce you to any young woman or girl?
No, I don't think she ever introduced me to any female or man.
List all the people under the age of 18 that you interacted with at any of Jeffrey's properties.
I'm not aware of anybody that I interacted with.
And that he had done personal work for the Rothschild family in France.
Personal wealth management, essentially?
I don't know. Well, specifically, I talked to Ellie de Rothschild, and so I mentioned that earlier. So he represented their whole family, so there had been a whole bunch of people. Most of them I never would have met, but I knew Ellie. It's just a no, because I want you to understand this, because it's so confusing to me. He would say, like, I'm providing financial advice to the founders of Google. I'm providing financial advice to Jeff Bezos. I'm providing financial advice for the chief technologist of Google.
He was giving Epstein, remember, a convicted pedophile, he was giving him the information he was getting, top secret information, as a trade invoice. I mean, this is treacherous, treasonous behavior.
Answer that question. 5 words, okay? The emails from the Department of Justice suggest that when he was in these conversations in places like Singapore, Hong Kong, I've got a list here in front of me of other countries that he went to, he would then have these kind of confidential documents in these emails, and then it looks like he was forwarding them on to Jeffrey Epstein, another one here from Vietnam, another from China. So
wars of the future are being planned here in Israel.
Her arrest this morning. He has now left the police station, we're told, and if he's convicted in this case, he could go to prison for life. The younger brother of King Charles taken into custody early this morning at his home by police after his emails to Jeffrey Epstein allegedly revealed him sharing official secrets. That includes spilling details about his official trips, as well as confidential briefings that he had while he served as Britain's trade envoy in 2010 and 2011.
Where is the calendar or schedule of your underage sex appointments?
Form, speculation.
The program was to, as a young man, get adults who were powerful political leaders into positions where they could be compromised, be a puppet.
And you say this plan broke down in 1986, but yet you told me that you still felt that you were under the control.
I am still under their control because I do not answer phones anymore because that's how they get the others to the triggers, is what I'll call them. They're not personalities, they contain no memories at all. They were put in as hypnotic suggestions and only come out when, as I said, a code is presented to them. And that happened several times in 1989, which is why Paul and Mikey's memories are so confused.
To answer each one of your questions today. However, I've been advised by counsel that I must assert my 5th Amendment, 6th Amendment, and 14th Amendment rights under the U.S. Constitution, or risk losing their representation. Therefore, I'm going to have to assert those constitutional rights, though I'd like to answer that question.
They would call me up and they would use a code. I would simply switch into that trigger, go to where they told me to go, whether it would be or get on an airplane because they would already have the tickets there. They would have the tickets there under a name that only that trigger would know, and go to wherever it was. There would be somebody waiting for them in that city and take them to wherever it was that they were supposed to go, bring them back to the airport, put them on the plane. They would come back home, and as soon as they walked in the door, the memory of everything that had just happened would be erased completely.
It's fascinating. This is worldwide. I've had requests from all across the world to make comments on this. So it's a massive story here. I know your Sky are covering it extensively, but I think it's not just here; it's across the world.